Hello and welcome to OutreachBin. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to create a CSV that includes custom variables and how to create a personalized email campaign that you can use for your outreach. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a CSV. I have one created here already, and I'm going to walk you through it. So let's open this up, and let me bring it into view. Right, so now this CSV has a few columns. It has first name, email, city, plan, business type, first line, and company. Each column is its own variable. So first name is its own variable. If I added a column with last name, it would be its own variable. Email is absolutely required. City is its own variable. Plan, business type, first line, and company are all custom variables. Now, the only thing that's inherently always needed is the email column. Everything else is essentially a variable. And when you create a CSV, you can also add first lines. So you can go in and say, hey, I saw you on LinkedIn. These can be, of course, a little bit longer and hyper-personalized to the exact content. So you can have a VA go in and take your list, add custom first lines, or you can automate the process of doing so, build a CSV out like this, and then upload it to OutreachBin. So let's walk through on how to actually go ahead and upload CSVs, create the campaign, and start using these variables. All right, so this is my account. I'm going to go into campaigns and click campaigns again on the left-hand side. I'm going to click create new campaign, and I come into the campaign page. In this case, we will call this test. Click next. Now I have two options: upload a CSV and enter emails manually. If I enter emails manually, I won't be able to use custom variables. So I want to upload a CSV. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull our CSV that we want to have uploaded. All right, so I'm going to click upload a CSV, choose the file. I have the file right here, and I'm going to drag it in. And now you'll notice that it will start mapping the fields. But before that, here's what it does. It also gives you two options. Do you want to remove duplicate emails from your imported file? Which is great to do if you have a long list and you don't know if you have duplicates in there. But what if you have already been running campaigns and you don't want to email the same person again that is in a different campaign? You can choose the second option. Remove duplicate emails from imported file, plus remove email addresses that are already in any other campaigns. So you have two choices here. When it comes to the variables, you can see that all the columns are automatically mapped. So first name automatically gets chosen as the first name variable. You can, of course, choose something different or keep it as a custom variable. Email is email. City is a custom variable. Plan is a custom variable. Business type is a custom variable. First line is a custom variable. And company is company. So we have some defaults in here. If they're not within these defaults, you can always select the custom variable option or the don't import this column option. And here's a preview on the side from your CSV that you'll see on the right. I click next. Now I have an option of verifying my emails. This is an add-on to our current subscriptions. You can easily just verify your emails to ensure that they will not bounce or that these emails are actually valid. In this case, I know that these two emails are valid, so I'm going to click next and skip this step. Now I'm in the editor. Here, as you can see on the left-hand side, I have step 1, step 2, step 3. This is email number 1, email number 2, email number 3. Take a look, keep an eye on the subject line here. This is email 3, I click 2, email 2, email 1. Now I can keep on adding multiple follow-up emails, right? I can go at step 4 and step 5. It depends on what I would like to do. In this case, I'm going to only use 2 for this example, right? So I'm going to delete all of these, and I'm going to have my first email send out immediately at my time, whatever time I set. So right now it's just going to be in 0 days, and the next one I'm going to wait 1 day and send a follow-up. Now I've selected email 1, and now time to write our copy. If you notice, I'm not touching the subject line yet, so I'm going to go directly into writing copy. Hey, so if I were to write this normally, I would say, hey there, I came across your profile on, let's say, LinkedIn, and Also noticed you were located in, let's say, X city, right? I see you're a user with us on our Y plan, and you have Z credits, right? I think those were the columns that we had in our CSV. We can open it up again just to make sure. Or we could just click the drop down here and see. So we didn't have credits. So you have first line, company, city, email, and business type. So I came across your profile on LinkedIn. So this is my first line. So I'm just gonna, keep this in for first line. I'm gonna take the first line variable and put it in right here, first line, right? And I noticed you were located in, where is the city, right? So let's go click on located in, and then let's put in the city variable, city, right? We will add a period and do a new line. I see you are a user with us on, so we have plan on our, I put the plan, and what else is there? And you have a business type. Let's say, in this case, these business types that we had, were arbitrary. Put like you have an agency or you have X, Y, or Z. So this is all example purposes, just to show you how to use custom variables within the system. So now I have this out. I could have, just like how I had a first line, I could have had a closing statement if I wanted to. Also, hey there, instead of hey there, I can put in the first name, right? And here's my email, right? So this is perfect. So I have my hey first name, I have my first line, and I also notice you're located in X city. I see that you're a user with us on our blank plan, and you have, in, let's say if there's an agency or whatever, and I can just close it with thanks, right? So now what we want to do is we want to preview this. So we head over to the preview tab, right? And what do we notice? It says, hey James, saw you on LinkedIn, and also notice you're located in DC. I see you're a user with us on our 100 emails plan, and you have an agency. You see how it automates that? Now you look at email 2, there's nothing there, right? It has the default text. Now if I look at this one, same thing. Hey Abdul, saw you on Facebook, and also notice you're located in DC. I see you're a user with us on a 300 emails plan, and you have a SaaS. Thanks. Awesome body, right? Now we want to go back and we want to change the subject lines, and we want to work on our second email. So now, what if I want to thread this email? I want to make sure, what does that mean? I want to make sure when I send email 1, email 2 also gets bumped up, so it looks like they are part of the same thread. And I can do this by keeping the subject lines the same. But I want to have a compelling subject line. In this case, I want to put in the person's first name as a subject line, and I want to say plus outreach bin. So if it's Abdul plus outreach bin, or if it's John, it's John plus outreach bin, right? It's pretty compelling. People see it. They want to know what's going on. Now, if I want to thread this email and I want to ensure that the second email that I send as a follow-up is also part of the same chain, what I can do is I can copy this and I can go to the second email and keep the subject line identical, exactly the same. And what this will do is we'll thread the email. Now, another thing you can do is just to, for starters, this is email 2. I go in, I copy and pasted it. I said, hey, I can remove all this and say, just wanted to follow up here and see if you were interested, right? If I wanted to use more personalization here, I could, but in this case, I've not, right? Hey, all I have is first name, and I've gone through that. Now you've noticed there is fallback value here, and you see that here, you see that in the first email. What is that? What if in the CSV the variable first name does not exist, right? Or it's blank. It exists as a column, but it doesn't exist in a row. Now I don't have this user's first name. I don't want it to say, hey, fallback value, right? I want to say, hey there, just in case the name doesn't exist, right? Now, what about first line? I can add a default first line in there just in case our one from the CSV doesn't exist, and I can keep on doing that for all of my fallback values. So this is a great way to make sure that you're always consistently giving the right message, even if your data is inconsistent in your CSV. All right, so that puts us, we've gone over the first step. Second step, we can add a delay 1 day, 3 days, 5 days. So now let's head over to schedule. And here we can see how many emails we can send per step per day. So in our messages, we had 2 steps, and then we want to see how many do I want to send per day. So if I want to send 10, I can just add 10 right here, and this is how many emails it will send. It will send 10 between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's about 2 emails per hour. I can change the time zone. I can add a start date, and I can choose which days I would like the campaign to go on. I can also see what my max reach will be, just in case I don't want to go over a certain max amount. The first email when it will go out, it will be 10. Then it will do a follow-up email for the first one, and then it will send 10 new. So let's say a prospect list is 1,000 people. It will send 10 per step, right? So it will do 10 on day 1 right here, okay? And then on day 2, it will wait 1 day. And on day after waiting, it will send 10 step 2 emails, but it will also send 10 new emails, right? And then when we wait another day, the third batch that goes out, it will be 10 step 2, 10 step 1 brand new emails from our prospect list. That's how we can look at our schedule and say, okay, maximum I'm going to be sending out 20 emails a day, 10 of which are going to be follow-ups, 10 of which are going to be new prospects. And that's how you can look at your max reach. There's 2 types of campaigns, ongoing and one time. The default is ongoing. If you are looking to carry on this campaign, add more to it, make some changes, this is the best setting to have. Now we can head over to options. Here we can choose what will be our sending email. This drop down gives you the sending emails you can choose from that are connected to your account. So you can go ahead and click a sending email that you want to send from and click update options, and this will create your campaign, right? You'll also sometimes see if this was the first time creating your campaign. I've already saved this as a draft, but you will see a create option, a draft option. So you can use the create or draft options that populate up here. But we have another video set up just on custom domains, which you can watch if you want to enable a custom domain, which is highly recommended to do so. But that's it. That's how you upload a CSV, create a campaign, personalize emails, schedule them, and send them for outreach.